Here is a question that will reveal more about your future than any personality test ever could. If someone asked you right now, show me your plan for the next 6 months, could you actually pull something out and show it? Not talk about it, not explain it, show it. Most people freeze at that question, and that freeze, that pause, that is not just awkward, it is expensive. Research from the Dominican University of California found that people who write down their goals are 42% more likely to achieve them than those who only think about them. 42%, just from putting it on paper. So the first move is not motivation, it is documentation. High performers in every field, from elite athletes to top business executives, operate from written plans. Dr. Gail Matthews, who led that Dominican University study, tracked 267 participants over 4 weeks. The ones with written goals, and especially those who shared their progress with someone else, outperformed everyone else by a significant margin. But here is the part most people skip. A plan sitting in a notebook does nothing. A plan that sits in your head does even less. The plan is not the destination. The plan is the launch pad. And what launches you off that pad is action. Not gentle, cautious, timid action. Not "I will try this for a week and see what happens" kind of action. Massive action. There is a psychological concept called activation energy. It comes from chemistry, but behavioral scientists have applied it to human habits. The idea is simple. The biggest obstacle to any behavior is simply starting. Once you start, momentum carries you forward. But here is what most people misunderstand. They treat action like a light switch. Either they are doing something or they are not. Winners treat action like a volume dial. They turn it all the way up. Sales science backs this up. Research published in the Harvard Business Review found that top-performing salespeople make significantly more contact attempts than average performers. It is not that they have a magic script or a secret technique. They simply reach more people. They do more, consistently. Psychologist Angela Duckworth spent years studying high achievers across West Point cadets, National Spelling Bee competitors, and rookie teachers in tough schools. What predicted success was not talent. It was not intelligence. It was what she called grit, the combination of passion and persistent effort over time. In other words, sustained massive action toward a meaningful goal. Think about what happens when you only make 1 or 2 attempts at something and walk away. You have not really tested the idea. You have only tested your patience. Pay close attention to this part because it will change how you listen to yourself. There is a very specific type of language that signals a limited mindset. You have probably said versions of it yourself. It sounds like, "I will give it a try," or "let me see how it goes," or the classic, "I will test it for 30 days. Cognitive behavioral researchers call this hedging. It is a mental escape hatch. When you frame an effort as a trial, your brain never fully commits. You have already built in the exit. And when things get difficult, and they will get difficult, that exit is right there, wide open, waiting for you. High performers do not give themselves that exit. They do not say, "I will try." They say, "I am doing this." The goal is not on trial. The only question is how long it takes and how much effort it requires. The late business philosopher Jim Rohn put it this way. He said the language you use in your mind is a reflection of the outcome you actually expect. Confident language produces committed behavior. Tentative language produces tentative results. Now here is one of the most dangerous traps that smart, educated, motivated people fall into. They wait until they know enough before they act. They take the course. They read the book. They watch every tutorial. They attend every seminar. And then they take the next course, read the next book, watch more tutorials. They are always preparing, always almost ready. Behavioral economist Dan Ariely calls this analysis paralysis. The accumulation of information becomes a substitute for the discomfort of action. And here is the brutal truth. Information without application does not produce results. It produces anxiety. Because the more you know and the less you do, the more the gap between where you are and where you could be becomes painfully obvious. The most effective strategy, supported by decades of learning science, is what researchers call interleaved practice. You learn a concept, you apply it immediately. You learn another concept, you apply that immediately. Small knowledge, rapid application, repeat. You do not need to know everything, you need to know enough to move. There is one final principle that ties all of this together, and it is one most people figure out too late. Do not look for shortcuts. Understand the system. Learn how it works, master it from the inside, then work it with everything you have. History is full of cautionary examples of people who tried to hack their way around the process. Bernie Madoff did not build wealth, he built an illusion. The Ranos did not build technology, they built a story. The shortcut, every single time, eventually collapses under its own deception. But the person who learns how something actually works, builds the right habits, puts in the right effort consistently, and refuses to compromise on the fundamentals, that person does not just succeed once. They build a system that keeps producing results, and that is not just financial wealth. That is peace of mind, confidence, credibility, the kind of life that does not depend on luck because it was built on principle. So here is where to start. Today, not next Monday. Not after the next video. Open a document, write down your 6-month plan, make it specific, make it bold. Then take the first action on it before you close your laptop. Because the life you want is not waiting for you to feel ready. It is waiting for you to move.